Good evening, everyone. My name is Asia Robinson. I am a graduate student here in the Department of Criminal Justice. I am wrapping up my first full year of graduate school. It has been a journey, um, definitely a learning journey that I would encourage everyone in their lives to experience. I am sorry that I could not be there with you all in person, so I extend a very warm welcome from our department. And I just want to talk a little bit about the Reconstructing Blackness course that I'm in and a cumulative project, so to speak, that we are currently engaged with. We've been engaged with the entire semester. Um, and this project has been really transformative for me, both personally and professionally, coming into it as a former educator who was taught in a very rural setting and a very urbanized setting, shall I say. I knew about the school to prison pipeline and that it was a very serious issue, but it wasn't until this deep dive that the project has called for that has allowed me to now see how deeply rooted our black and brown children are into the school and to prison pipeline. I've learned through direct observation, meaningful dialogue. We've been asked to actually in person partner up with organizations that are doing the groundwork. Um, we've also had some very amazing reflection guided through the resources that we've been given. And it's deepened my understanding. Um, One of the most powerful takeaways has been the importance of intentional reflection. So, not just looking at something or doing it just because, or reflecting just because my professor asked me to, but after having these deep, meaningful conversations, internally reflecting on how that felt. What does that mean? What did we just do? Um, and then how do we progress through that? How do we make it tangible so that I can then put it into my project, tell my classmates and my colleagues about the work that we're doing? It's required some very intentional reflection, and that's kind of spilled over into my everyday life. Now I reflect about everything. We've had to do field notes about our experiences, and I began to see patterns, not just in how discipline would play out in schools, but how we as a society respond to youth who are often navigating through trauma and they're still expected to come to school and show up, navigating through systemic inequality, navigating through personal biases that they're seeing each and every day. And then taking the time to step back and reflect allowed me to move from just observing and watching what I was doing and watching the problem to now understanding the roots and imagining something real and tangible that we can do to make change. This process also reminded me how impactful group collaboration is, working together, especially when we're given the right tools and resources. Each week, we're given videos, we're given talks, we're given articles to read, chapters out of books that will help progress our understanding. Um, um, and kind of take our projects to a new level, which has been really cool and has given us some resources and a starting point to have these conversations with these organizations. So, listening to educators, administrators in my for my personal project, and even students being able to share their perspectives show me that not one person, no one man has all the answers. It takes a group effort. And together we'll be able to build a more equitable system. So I'm hoping that at the end of this project, I will not only have a stronger sense of purpose, but also a clearer vision, and maybe have some ways and ideas to advocate for restorative practices and dismantle policies that have been created to harm black and brown children. Thank you.